Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Tonight, for those who follow football, Celtic are playing Real Madrid in the Champions League, so it should be an amazing European night, another amazing European night for Celtic. Just like when Celtic plays other big teams like Man United or Liverpool, or in the past, like even going back, like teams like Real Madrid or Barcelona or AC Milan or Juventus. Um, as I often mention, I'm a big fan of Italian football as well. So if Celtic played an Italian team, it'd be a bit of a dilemma for me, but I'd probably support the Italian team slightly more. But anyway, I thought I'd give a little review. I'm a bit of a plonker, as they say, for those who know what that term is. For those who don't, you can always Google it. But yeah, so like, I think it's North London term. But yeah, so I'm arguing from the point of ignorance or as a bit of a plonker. But what I thought is it's quite. I wouldn't say it's a free hit game, as in like it doesn't really matter, because if Celtic do get a win, it would be amazing for the morale and things like that. Just like when Celtic beat Barcelona, it would be really good for the fans and for the club, obviously, generally. But if obviously if Celtic lose or even lose fairly, hopefully not too badly, but even if Celtic do lose fairly bad, even if Celtic do lose by a few goals, at least you can't really take it too seriously in terms of like you're playing the European champions and the most successful team in the history of the competition. So it's kind of like a free hit, but it's not really. I mean, again, obviously it's preferable to win the game, and a lot of people say Ange Postecoglou should be a bit more pragmatic, like not really go out and attack like he does with other teams. So I assume Real Madrid will have a lot of the possession for a lot of time, but I think if Celtic can defend well enough and soak up that pressure and get a goal, it'd be pretty amazing. I think if Celtic got a goal, and then I was thinking about that. If Celtic won by a couple of goals, like 2-0, or even a 1-0 scoreline, or a 2-1, but 3-1 would be pretty amazing as well. Or basically any victory would be pretty amazing. But if Celtic could soak up the pressure and then on the break get a goal, and then as Real Madrid are chasing the game, maybe get a second goal, it'd be pretty amazing. But yeah, I think it's something I hope Celtic will learn a lot from as well. From Real Madrid generally, and I'd love for Celtic to learn as much as possible generally. In my videos, which I was talking about, where I talked about potential investors in Celtic, or who I would like to invest in Celtic, I was thinking after the video, I think like travel companies could sponsor a team, and I suppose it goes in with what I said about NGOs, because I think they could, as part of their PR, obviously, what's in it for them, as I mentioned in my last video, it could be that they take people from disadvantaged backgrounds to Celtic Park to play football, like people from developing countries or people from poorer parts of Glasgow and Scotland generally, or even the UK generally, or again further afield, as I say, as many people as possible, and like do trips to Celtic Park to like help disadvantaged people of all ages, especially young people, to play and practice their skills, especially from developing countries like Nigeria and Cameroon, Kenya and other parts of Africa, and maybe people from Celtic academies from around the world, including in Malaysia, India, Indonesia and Singapore. Hopefully we'll have academies, as I mentioned before, all around the world, and it'd be great. Maybe, again, travel companies using this as part of their PR as well, to obviously make them look better, and it's good for their PR, but a mutual benefit. It would be, well, hopefully all parties involved will be benefit. The people from, especially young people from disadvantaged backgrounds, including from developing countries, and also the club Celtic, and also those companies will hopefully benefit, obviously, which will inspire them to want to do so more. So NGOs could perhaps work on that as well, but also travel companies offering to either offering cheap tickets or maybe even free tickets for people from developing countries to travel, maybe even plane companies, train companies, coaches and other such companies. So I'd love to hear what you think about that idea as well, but I often like to share whatever ideas are in my mind to see if they are any good. Otherwise I'll regret not trying them. But yeah, so anyway, so going back to Celtic tonight, I can't really think of much else to say, but yeah, I think hopefully it's a game Celtic will enjoy and not get too overawed by it. I think really defending is really important, because I don't imagine we'll have the ball a lot. I know I have this bad habit of saying we in speech marks, but yeah, I should be careful about that, because people might not think I'm a real fan. But yeah, to me, a real fan is someone who supports a team whether you win, lose, or draw, and doesn't jump ship as soon as you start losing a few games or whatever. That to me is what a real fan is. But yeah, I think that tonight is like, it should be an exciting game. Hopefully Celtic fans will enjoy it. Hopefully there won't be any crowd trouble, and I hope the weather will stay half decent at least, preferably as good as possible. Maybe not too hot because maybe it'll be harder for Celtic to play. But hopefully there won't be any injuries. That's a really important thing, and hopefully the players will enjoy it, and the fans and everyone stay safe. It's a bit of a dilemma for me, I forgot to say as well, actually, because I love Real Madrid as well because I love Mediterranean teams generally. So anyway, I'm hoping to go and watch the match at a local pub or bar near where I live. So yeah, hopefully if I can organise that. But yeah, I can't really think of much else to say. I just thought I'd say like hopefully the players will enjoy it, fans will enjoy it, and I think it's important for the fans to make noise as they do with Celtic. Normally, believe it or not, if I go to a football game, I'll probably be quite shy and quiet, but I know Celtic fans generally are quite loud and boisterous. So I think that's really important to maybe put a little bit of pressure in a polite way, but hopefully there won't be any abuse or any negative stuff or any violence, as I say, or anything like that. Hopefully it'll be a safe and enjoyable game for families to enjoy, and everyone stay safe, I hope. Say most importantly, but even if Celtic do lose, obviously, as long as they play well, the performance is probably even more important than the result in many ways. Although, as I say, on the other hand, I suppose a really good, even a draw against Real Madrid would be amazing. I know people say they don't start off that well normally, but even a draw would be pretty amazing. And let's say like when Celtic beat Barcelona 2-1, it was really amazing. So I think this would be probably just as amazing, if not more. It would probably be maybe the most, if Celtic do beat Real Madrid, I think, other than the actual victory, other than in '67 when Celtic were the first British team to win the European Cup. I thought I'd get that in there. Or the Champions League, as it was called, the European Cup back then. Bittersweet for me a little bit though, because they beat Inter Milan, an Italian team. So I'm glad Celtic won it, but in a way, it is a dilemma for me when they play a Mediterranean team, especially an Italian team. But yeah, generally speaking, I do love Real Madrid as well, as I say, to be honest, and Mediterranean teams generally, especially Italian ones. Obviously, Real Madrid is Spanish, but yeah, probably waffling. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you think and how maybe you can put your predictions in the comment section. Let's see who gets the closest. Not promising any prizes, but it would be interesting to see who gets the closest. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be. I'm not normally a gambling man. I think it does depend on how we show up, but maybe I'm going to go for a 2-0 Celtic win, which would be amazing. I don't know why it's 2-1. It's going in my mind quite a lot. But yeah, hopefully it's a 2-0 Celtic win. And I hope Real Madrid still do well throughout their season as well. As I do love Mediterranean teams. But I hope Real Madrid and Celtic both get through this group. And I hope all the Mediterranean, especially Italian teams, get through their groups. And I'll say hopefully the players will really make the most of it. And hopefully, as I say, no injuries. I think it's probably the most important. And again, a good victory will give a lot of confidence to the team. I think the performance is almost as important as the result. Maybe the result is slightly more important. But even if we lose, sorry about that, I was doing speech marks. But yeah, even if we lose, it's a learning curve and an experience. It'll probably depend a little bit as well how Real Madrid show up, if they are in full flow, if they're ready, how they take Celtic. I'm sure they'll take us serious, but I think that it will depend on how far they are in the season, because sometimes they take a bit of a while to peak. Apparently, some of the top teams normally do that. So it will depend on how they perform as well, and how Celtic perform, and how well we defend, and if we get a lucky break or we'll just take the most chance. We'll probably have to be quite clinical. I'll stop doing the speech one thing, but yeah, we probably have to be quite clinical up front as well. Anyway, I am out. Peace and love.